Okay, so I've just set up the basics on the computer. In other words, it's logged into my Apple ID. I now need to transfer my documents and stuff over. So we're going to try one of these. The worst port that's always been the issue is this one. Okay, and we'll see how fast this pops up immediately and how quickly. Say, for example, probably work fine now. What the fuck is going on here? Excuse my language. Columns. Here we go. And it's all being really snappy and responsive. I just don't understand how you could say that. So it should be here. So we're just going to copy that over. Now, bar, 2 minutes. Most of that, let's see. That's not very, that's 57 gig. But it's doing it in about a minute. And I think that the distinction of the difference, and these are applications, which are, going to go into the application. Hopefully I can just do this where I can drag and drop the folder into applications. Shouldn't be an issue. That'll just come up as a folder. Let's see how well the computer handles that. Now that's like more. 15 items preparing. That's still not great that it's having to do this spinny bit. You can see from a loading perspective already, 57 gig is still not able to deal with this. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a USB-C. That's a Samsung T7 drive. And it's still not able to handle transfer. Now the application folder that I just tried to transfer over, as you can see here, it's pretty much not moving. That's just completely bugged out. 16 items, because it's still trying to process this, but the actual application folder, let's have a look at the size of that. And you can see it's not processing the size, which is disconcerting because it's busy doing this. But saying that and how big and how fast this computer is, it should be able to handle 2 tasks like this simultaneously. I can't believe, I don't think the application folder is that big. Not that I can get a size on it for you. Now it's trying to process this one, 27 items. Okay, that's 10 gigabytes. So, sorry, 60 to 10 should be able to handle it in less than a minute. But a little disconcerting that it can't handle 2 tasks right next to each other when we're not talking about massive file sizes either. Now it's estimating a minute, but like, kind of about a minute, but it's not working already. Slowly. Again, from the get-go, front IO has been the issue. That is saying in a minute, and I think we're over a minute at this point in time. 1621. And this is only 10 gigabytes. Not even, it's 9.95. But yeah, so I'm trying to keep this video short. I'll do them in sections. 5.0 seems to have sped back up again. So some kind of fluctuation. And then it's slowing down, which is just crazy. For not even like, yeah, this is more than a minute. It's an estimation, but for 10 gigabytes, and that's an application. It's not like you can look at what I have in this folder. It's just some apps that are basically don't come pre-installed. App Cleaner, Dynamo, Firefox, iTunes Studio, Logibuild, Bolt, excuse me. They're just basic apps that I'm reinstalling, and that's still longer than a minute. All I gave it was 2 tasks to deal with at the same time, and it couldn't handle it. And again, the front I/O. Always a problem from the front more than anything else, is what I've noticed. All right, so let's copy that. Okay, everything desktop. Now let's have a look and see how big that is. That's 19 gig. Now, if I were to copy that to the desktop, how fast is that everything desktop gonna go? It's only 19 gigabytes. That seems to be going quite a bit faster. That's how it should read. You look at the speed. Consistent, uniform. What I've found is like when you start giving it multitasks, and at the moment you could ask itself, it's like, oh, are you running anything? Let's go to applications. I don't know. I'm not exactly great with it in terms of the usage on this, but you can see here, it's not exactly like the computer's loaded up and struggling to deal with things. All right, let's see if I can transfer a gigantic video file or something. Okay, so that's the basic setup. You can already see potentially issues with that when I gave it two tasks to do at the same time, which ultimately, again, I think one file was 9.95. It still hasn't calculated that. That was, excuse me, trying to keep these videos short, which is not happening. So the document folder, which was like 57 gigabytes, right? And then the application folder, which was only, which was, there we go, 9.95. Now I gave it both of those to move at the same time. The start of this one, it was going really quick, fast. Put that one, you saw it, it got really slow. Both of them are going to the internal SSD, both running from the front IO. That took way longer than a minute to do, and it shouldn't have based on the speed of this computer. So I think next is just to try and transfer something else.